Notice the two buttons at the bottom right. You've got a shortcut, quick one to get to Live Assist, and you've got your navigation menu. Let's go Live Assist. Burning through this stuff really quick, so just hopefully I'm not leaving you guys behind. You got a recording to confuse you later as well.
I've got a memory question, but I'll save it for later unless you want to.
Where I was going to go is transitions. Sure. Then we'll go.
I was just thinking.
Say it now.
Whole board presets and saves. Is there like a save function for that?
Yes.
And then could we set up a few so in the inevitable case that students come in and destroy a certain preset or whatever, we can revert it back to a saved state?
Yeah, I think for they've really gone crazy with it and messed with it, I would load a set in.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't keep the set on the USB that's sticking in there. It will be on the local, so you'll see, we'll go through that right now.
Sure.
So navigation menu, we are going to go to configuration right now. And you're going to see system all the way to the bottom left. That menu that's above that row, you'll see it starts off with global. It says ME multi-panel. There's save set and load sets. So go ahead and hit save sets. So this is one way to save the settings to the USB. Mm-hmm. You can also do it through the panel here, but that only saves it to the USB. What you do have at the bottom here is an export as. So you can export this now as the sets as a zipped up file and save it, back it up to, and I would do that on maybe the Expression machine. Or if you have your own Windows laptop, I know you guys are probably Macs all over the place, right? But you can install Dashboard. As long as you're on the same subnet as the production network, you'd be able to dashboard into this interface. And then you could save it to your machine. Sure. So you've got the USB, which is okay, but USBs do die and they do wear out. And sometimes you do have to unplug it, jam it into a Windows machine, get it to scan and fix the drive, and you might be able to get it to work again. But then, been there, done that. So backing it up is a good idea. So go ahead and you'll see that you've got set 0 selected. If we select any other sets, you notice the orange is not there, meaning there isn't any data. Set 0, if you did an export as, you get to type in, as this is, because your touch drive is this machine under the Linux box underneath, it's a whole bunch scarier. So I wouldn't usually do it from here, but you could. I mean, the trick is how do you type in a name? It's up right hand corner, there is a soft keyboard. So you could call it, I don't know, test or. So if you move that, slide that up, there you go, or down. And hit, it's really weird, right? It says open, but all you're doing is a file transfer from the switcher to the device you're doing this to. So yeah, you do hit open. And there you go, it says done at the bottom. So the idea is you've now moved that file to either a drive or your computer. To load it back in, you go to the load sets, and it's a zip file that the set is, and you load it back in, and now it becomes a choice. It doesn't load it immediately in, it becomes a choice. We can FTP into the USB and rename any existing set, because you'll see a switcher Ultra. Yep, it's Ultra. The switcher sets, and you have a folder with the set name. And you can rename that folder, and it will now show up as your set. So you'll be able to do show files, show sets. Yeah.
There you go. Thank you.
That's settings.
Yeah.
There is in the memory side of it, there is what we call an a reset state, an R state. So the idea is when this thing powers up or reboots itself, not that it does itself, I shouldn't use the word itself, but if it will come back to a predetermined state that you get to save. And there's one of those per set. So you load a particular, and the reason I know that is because after all these years, the last place I was at, we sat there and figured it out. So, because a long time, everyone's like, well, there's only one R state. Well, there's an R state for every set. So I load that set in, and I have an R state saved in that set. That's the reset state that I'm going to be recalling when I load it up. How do you do that? If you go to the menu navigation, go to Live Assist, and then there is a memory button at the bottom. You'll see just above that row that you selected, or the button you selected, you've got Recall, Store, and R State. Tap the R State. So here, the three buttons at the top, Load, Save, or Default. You get to pick and choose down here. Anything that's blue is going to get sort of stored in that reset state. So I'm going to get you to put black on program of your program bus here. So punch black, BK. Yep. And yeah, we'll just go with that. And do the same for ME1. So put black on program, black on preview. So the row 1 here. Yep, just punch it up. So the idea is we're setting this back to a default state. Let's set our keys. So right now we've got all sorts of weirdness. So how would you like you've got one CG channel. Do you want that to be key 4 or do you want that to be key 1?
Key 1.
Key 1. Yeah.
All right, so select key 1. There again, that utility row, select CG1.
On the top? Or bottom?
Yep, on the top. Because remember, the bottom is preview or program.
Yeah.
So, but everyone makes that mistake. So, all right, so you see that set. Let's set keys 2, 3, and 4 to black. So like defaulting. So, yeah, just notice if you hold down that select,
Yeah.
you get this reset key. Tap it. So that just resets all of if you had any DVE values. But if you just now tap black on the top, yep, do the same for key 3, key 4. There you go. So the point here is we're setting this up to be, if the switcher goes out, how does it come back? You might decide you want to have a logo load in. So Google does that. Every time their switcher resets, they get the Google logo up, and it goes to all the monitors in the lobby and big screen. So the idea is, looks cool. So that would be, if you go back to your memory, R state, so you're going to have media stores in there. You got auxes, all media. Yeah, so you got media 1 and 2. So that's going to remember that we've got this still and that still in it. Yeah, we'll do it. Just because we'll mess with it. So go ahead and save the R state. All right, so punch something else on preview program. Let's load something else into a media store. So, just punch something like that. We'll throw the leaf in both of those channels. Oh, the color ramp. We'll chuck that in there. All right. There you go. M2 took a while. Because it's UHD. Everything takes a little longer now. Mm-hmm. All right, so, select something in key 2, 3, and 4.
Like change it?
Yeah, so put some, remember that top row? Just all right, so, let's go back to reset state. So, memory, at the top there, you've got load R state. This would be the same as if we turn the power off and turn it back on again. So there you go, black on preview program on both MEs, and your keys got reset.
No. Oh, nice.
So we save this and the media stores. Actually, Media 1 didn't load in, did it? Still showing the, that should have been that capture. We could do it again, see if it works, but
Okay.
the big, yeah, load. So load didn't go. And saving, I mean, those were chosen. I'll play with that later. Okay. Cool enough?
Yeah.
R state.
Great.
That was a good one. That's. There we go. Reload the R state again.
Oh.
So here's the problem with that R state is I've got a half white between on ME1. So you'll notice that there's these LEDs here, these tracers. So it just tells you where you are in the position there. Okay.